There is a very famous line that says, "You become the window when you lose, and you become the mirror when you win." Let me explain these lines. It means that most of us in life, when we face failures, we usually blame it externally, and we point fingers at others, or we blame it on the situation that this is the reason why I failed. So, in that way, I become the window. I look external, I look outside, and I look for the excuses that will justify my failure. And on the other hand, when I start winning and when things are in my favor, I become the mirror. That is, I start looking inward. I start giving credit to myself for my success. And this is basically, I am becoming the mirror as soon as I start winning in life. Now, the most important lesson that we can learn after understanding these lines is that if you need to be successful in life, if you need to be a leader in life, then you need to do exactly the opposite of these lines. And that is, you become the mirror when you lose, and you become the window when you win. That is, when you start losing, you become the mirror, as in, you start looking inwards, you start looking for a scope of improvement within so that you can win the next time. And you become the window when you win. That means you start giving the credit to others, you appreciate their contributions towards your success. So that is the mark of a true leader, and that is the way to lead a successful life. So with these two contradicting lines, we can understand one thing, which highlights the victim mentality in a person. So the lines that we discussed at the starting of the video, that is, a person becomes a window when he loses and becomes a mirror when he wins. This is exactly what a person with a victim mentality does. So we need to be aware that we must not cultivate this kind of mentality in life, and rather try to be the leader in life and be successful by changing the mentality. And as the title suggests, that I would be talking exactly about this: what is a victim mentality and how we can overcome this kind of mentality in life. Hi, I am Vaishnavi, and my channel is Homemaking Motivation. And apart from showing various videos in which I talk a lot about organizing and cleaning the house, I also have contents that talk a lot about the mental health aspect. And if you're new to this channel and you like such kind of contents, then please do consider to subscribe to my channel. And if you're already a part of this beautiful community, then please welcome back. So let us start today's video, and as the title suggests, it is about the victim mentality. Let's start the video. Now it becomes very important for us to know what is victim mentality. To define it in simple words, it's the mentality of a person who thinks that the entire world is against him or her, or rather, they believe that the entire universe conspires, against their wishes and will in life. That is the kind of mentality that such people have. And they have mastered in the art of blaming others. Anything goes wrong, they know where to point the fingers at. Obviously it is external that they'll be pointing their fingers at. It can be people, it can be situation, and if that is not enough, they will point their finger upwards towards the sky, saying that God is to be blamed. So this is the kind of mentality, these people carry, and that is called victim mentality. the tragedy of people with this kind of victim mentality is that they will never realize the true potential that they hold in life, because they are so engaged and they're so comfortable blaming everything on others that they hardly have some time to invest in their own self improvement or self realization, and that alone will stop them from discovering their true potential in life. So, yes, having a victim mentality is disastrous to say the least. And this is the way you spot the person with the victim mentality, and that is they are just readily there to blame everyone around them when things go wrong in their life. Most of us, many a times, why just people with victim mentality? Most of us, let's accept it, we find it rather easy to blame others in some situations. And this pattern of blaming others and pointing fingers at others is basically the number one trait of a person with victim mentality. So, what this person does is whenever things go wrong, they just find it very easy and comfortable to point fingers at others and blame the other person for the failure that they are facing in life. Or rather, they will blame the situation as well that they are not able to go ahead in life. This is easy because when we do this, or when the person with the victim mentality does this, it is very comfortable because you are just basically pointing out the fingers at others and telling that the responsibility is yours to change. The responsibility is on you to do some work on your own attitude, character, so that my life becomes easy with you. So it is so easy. You are not putting any hard work. All you're doing is just raising your finger and pointing out at others, and the other person has to do all the hard work so that your situations in life improve. Isn't that very easy? Of course it is. On the other hand, if we have to own up, we need to look inwards, we need to have the kind of self realization, and with that alone, we start working on ourselves and we try to become a better version of ourselves every day. And that obviously requires a lot of hard work. So, yes, a person with the victim mentality is very comfortable pointing fingers at others because it doesn't require that person to do any hard work. And owning up means hard work. So, now the choice is ours. Choice is how we are going to break this pattern, and a person with the victim mentality needs to realize that this pattern needs to be broken in order for that person to be successful, because when we work on ourselves, when we have the tool of self realization, we are bound to be successful in life and have a peaceful life. So the choice is ours, and we need to choose wisely whether we want a shortcut in life, or are we ready for the hard work? A person with the victim mentality finds it very easy to just keep on focusing on the problems, because it's very easy to just highlight the problems, because when you do so, you don't have so much work to do on yourself or put in efforts to make the situation better. All you need to do is just pinpoint at the problems, make the problems so big in your life, and cut a sorry figure, and give an excuse to yourself that, oh, this problem is so big, how do I go ahead in life? Isn't that easy? Yes, of course, this is also easy, and that is focusing on the problems all the time. And a person with the victim mentality is a master at this kind of attitude, and that is always magnifying the problems in his or her life. They're constantly talking about their problems, they're constantly making it so big in their life, and as I said, cutting a sorry figure right in front of themselves, that okay, the situation is like this, the problem is so big, how can I solve it, or how can I even think about going ahead in life? This is so very comfortable. Hard work is again finding solutions rather than magnifying the problems. So when we start talking about solutions, when we start working on the solutions, it is of course a matter of hard work. And the person with the victim mentality would rather not choose to look at the solutions but just keep magnifying the problems. For example, let's take an example of a homemaker. Now, if you find any homemaker who is not being very productive, that homemaker may start blaming the situation and make a problem, look so big in her life that, oh, my time is the biggest factor. I'm not able to manage my time, although I have the intentions of being productive. My time management is not good, or I want to do things but I do not have the kind of time. This is the kind of excuses a homemaker, for example, it is just an example, a homemaker can give it to herself. Now this makes her have a victim mentality in her life, and she needs to recognize it as soon as possible and break the pattern. She needs to think a little different. Why not compare herself with someone like prime minister of the country? Why not? She needs to understand even the prime minister of the country has only 24 hours in a day, but yet he implements national policies, he goes around the world, he tries to make the nation go ahead financially, economically, culturally. He too has only 24 hours of the day. And now she needs to question herself. Is she any less than a prime minister to her house? Of course, her responsibilities are just like that of a prime minister, and she has the capacity and the capability to take her house to, a very successful level wherein she can make everything functional. She can make it, very convenient for everyone at home, and lay down some rules in the house and have that kind of discipline. So she needs to think a little different, and she needs to break that pattern and come out of her victim mentality. So, just giving the example of a homemaker was just one thing. I can give you so many examples that we see around us, we observe around us. This video will be, very small for all that if I start giving examples that we observe around us. So yeah, the point is, it is very easy for us to kind of just settle with the problems. The wisdom, the wit that a person carries in any given situation is, when we look for solutions, we don't settle for the problems, we look for solutions. And a person with a victim mentality should realize that it is high time they break the pattern and they think different. They stop magnifying the problems and they start working on the solutions. Who doesn't want to be the hero of their own life story? Everyone does. So we have to be wise enough to write our life story in a way that, it is about me, it is about my challenges, it is about how I faced these challenges in life, and I made this life story mine, and I am the author of my life story. So who doesn't want to be the, lead actor and the author of their own life story? But when it comes to the person with the victim mentality, this person is happily giving away, the share of their limelight to various people and situations which are external to them, and they make them the main character in their lives. And they just say that I hardly have a role to play in my life because nothing is in my hands. Everything is governed by the action of others or the consequences of my situation. So this is the way a victim mentality, the person with the victim mentality gives away their life story in the hands of other people. So it's time to break that way of thinking and to take the control back in your hand and be the author of your own life story. You need to be able to narrate your life story to the future self, and just tell that yes, these were the challenges I faced, and this is how I faced them, and this is how I came up with solutions, rather than settling with complaining, brooding, and just blaming on others. It is time that we take the control and write our own life story. And this is the way to break the pattern of having the victim mentality. To conclude, having a victim mentality in life is like, you're sitting in front of a beautiful food spread. I mean, you have everything, all the wonderful, delicious food right in front of you, but your mouth and your hands are tied up. This is how it looks if you are having a victim mentality in your life. You have all the potential, you have the goodness in life, you have a beautiful life right in front of you, but then you're not realizing your true potential, and you are being comfortable to settle with problems, you're being comfortable blaming others. So yes, having a victim mentality is a complete recipe for disaster. It is high time that person with such kind of mentality realizes that they are causing harm to their own self, and it's about time they need to own up. They need to come up with solutions rather than looking at the problems. And of course, yes, they need to start writing their own life story. They need to be the author, they need to be the hero of their life story. I hope you liked today's video, and if so, please hit the like button and also share your valuable feedback in the comment section. And until next video, stay positive, stay intelligent, and always enjoy life with a smile on your face. Until next time, be happy, and let's meet in the next video. Thanks for watching.